Hi everybody, it's March 3rd. We are leaving our house. Everyone went to church today except for Mom. She played hooky.
I probably needed it the most.
She stayed home. She probably cleaned.
Yes.
And
edited a video. I did a whole bunch of stuff actually while you guys were gone.
Outstanding. We went to church. We had a great message. And Bethany worked today.
I am so proud of you. You're doing so good.
Bethany taught at Children's Church. What was the message today, Bethany?
Watching a video and stuff, and it was like we need to take the bad things of us, and it's like a bandage, and we need to take the bad things of us off and take a new one, and it's good. And one of the teachers actually broke a board because it's a karate
but it was
season
made out of paper.
session kind of now, and no, it wasn't. It was real wood. And she broke a board of wood that said sins and stuff, and some things that we just need to work on for ourselves, and she chopped the board in half. So
Cool. So now we are on our way.
That's right. And guess what it's time for?
What time is it?
What are we gonna do, guys?
car shopping.
Yeah! My favorite, your favorite, her favorite, her favorite.
I love test driving cars. I could
Car
do that.
shopping.
I
My whole
love the
life.
smell of cars.
That's right. So we will update you on what we find and what our deals are. And we'll see you soon.
And we're crazy enough to do it with 3 kids.
Oh yeah, that's how we roll.
Alright guys, we'll see you there. But we have found in our personal experiences, because for some reason we just think that we have to buy a car all the time. I don't know what's wrong with us, but we have found that you save a fortune if you buy a car in the Bay Area rather than buying a car locally, except for one condition. When I bought the car that I am currently in right now, I worked with the guy. His name is
Henry.
And I worked with him for like 4 months. And I was like, no, I can get a better deal in San Francisco Honda. He's like, okay, let me talk to them. He talked to them and get back to me. Like, no, I can get a better deal in Hayward. He's like, then you gotta go to Hayward. I can't do that. And I'm like, okay, I'll be there this weekend. And like 2 days before that, Henry called me up and was
In
like,
half a mile, merge
I can
onto
do a better
I-5.
deal than Hayward. I just got off the phone with them, and he was fantastic. If you are buying a new or a used Honda, that's what I would prefer. We have looked there for what we wanted, and they did not have it. And if they did have it, they had a year way newer than what we were looking for. So I don't know if you are Ed Bullion fans or not, but my husband is going to do a move from him, and he's going to do what, baby?
Some shrewd negotiation.
We've like discussed some options and what we wanted, and we're just trying to buy cash, especially since we're going to be on one income. So we're just trying to do everything in a really smart manner. And we want 3rd row seats because we do have a nanny that lives with us, and our kids do want to do things with their friends. We are going to try this place called Tandoori Pizza. Neither of us have been there. Have you been here?
No.
So I don't think anyone's been here.
We know. Mom,
What?
I've been here.
Oh, Max has been here before. He probably like drove by himself.
Wink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove here about myself. Nobody helped me.
Nobody helped you?
Yeah, nobody helped Max. Yeah, wink, I know. Wink. And also, I did it. That's when I was driving.
Pizza was wonderful. Now it's on to car shopping. Oh, maybe it's on to crying. What time is it?
Is the code plugged in?
It's definitely crying time. You're right, Max.
Don't let
Congratulations.
So what?
help me.
Why are you crying?
I don't want nobody in the car with me.
What the heck? All right, everyone, we're gonna walk.
Why?
Max says he doesn't want us in the car.
You want some more?
No!
Then give me a kiss and say you're sorry.
I'm sorry.
Will you be nice now?
Yeah,
You gonna listen?
I just want the phone.
Be nice to get a phone. Just for laughs, if you have gotten a used car from anywhere in the Bay Area, Dublin, Livermore, like probably not San Jose, we probably wouldn't go that way anyways, but anywhere around this area, if you've got one, just write down where it was below, like Hayward, anywhere like that, like just amuse us in the comments, because we're not from this area and we don't visit this area often, so we're not like locals or anything by any means. And we were told to come here because, you know, we've always saved so much money in the past by getting a car from the Bay Area. On Josh's Dodge Ram, we saved like 8 grand, 12 grand.
Yeah.
Like a stupid amount of money by getting it in San Leandro. So,
well, we have a new goal. This is where all the other car dealerships are, so hopefully...
third time's a charm, right?
Yeah, well, that's definitely a charm. And if this is strike 3,
we're going back home.
then we're out. We're going home. If it's not a strike, maybe it's a good pitch, you know, maybe we'll swing at it. We'll see.
I'm going nuts. Alright, I'll see you there. Maybe?
Maybe not.
We are just doing a quick walkthrough of all the cars that they have, see if they have anything we want. And if they do, then we will take the kids out. But it doesn't look like there's much variety or anything that we would be interested in. No?
I don't know.
Well, they basically have 0 things. They have a Chrysler Pacifica, super unreliable, dependable, everything that I'm looking for, and a Mercedes-Benz, whatever the fuck it is that has a 3rd row seat. Also super unreliable, undependable, not something I'm looking for. So we are changing our plans again.
Oh yeah.
We are dropping off these precious little gifts
Yes.
at Grandma and Fafa's, and then we are leaving to go close to home because we think a few car lots that are super close to us might have what we're looking for.
Mostly because we know where they are, which is a crucial factor.
Yes.
Very crucial factor.
Not depending on
Google or
right.
recommendations or anything, because if we know where they are, at least we can look at product.
Exactly.
That's a first for the day. It's an important opportunity.
The guy's license plate is I reckon.
I reckon he's a hillbilly.
Okay.
Beard or no beard? He's gotta have a beard.
He's gonna have a beard. It's a girl!
It's a girl! And she has a beard. But
She
had a beard.
didn't have
She had a beard.
You're stupid. Every time I see this little bridge right here, I go back. I was really little and my dad was going out with a girl who lived in Dublin, and so we were at her house all the time, and we stopped right here at this little spot. He had a super small truck. I don't know if it was like a Datsun or a Ranger. I'm gonna say it was a Ford Ranger, but I'm not even sure. It was like forever ago. And we had all of our bags in it because we had stayed the night. So we had like backpacks and a duffel bag or whatever, and it was blowing out the back. So he could see it going away. So he parked on that little spot that I showed you guys back there. And he had me get out of the car because I was like closest to the door and rearrange them. And diesels were going by and it was like super windy and crazy. And I just remember thinking like, I'm gonna get blown away. And I was so scared. And people were like honking and going nuts. And it was one of the most terrifying memories probably of my life, because I was like, I'm gonna get run over and die. Just because I was young and I didn't understand that like I was on the side of the road and whatever. But now that my dad is gone, but even before he passed away, just when he like wasn't local anymore and he was living in Texas, I always thought of that. Every time I go through that bridge, like that memory is always #1 in my head. And I think of Denise, and I think of when my dad and her were together, and all the weekends that we spent in Dublin, and it's crazy.
Okay, right here I have my story. And you look, this road goes off to the right here. Well, those of you that are familiar with the Bay Area and coming back from the Bay Area through Tracy, there's a road that turns right and goes south, and there's a road that continues across into Tracy. Well, I've had a long day. I was in San Francisco with Chris and with Michaela, and we had a long day, and I was low on gas, and I was pretty stressed out, and we had a hard time coming home from San Francisco. And we were young, we didn't know the area very well. There was no, smartphones. There was no Google Maps, none of that stuff. So you had to use paper maps. And we'd had some trouble making it home. So we're here, we finally know where we're at, we finally got this, and I just feel like we're too far north. Just something about it feels wrong. We're almost out of gas. We know we've got to stop at the next spot to get gas, but I feel like we're too far north. So I used my gut, and last minute I changed lanes and I went south on that turn. And if you know that area at all, it's about 10 miles to the nearest gas station when you go south that direction, whereas you're only 5 miles or less if you go straight. And it's the wrong way. So I went the wrong way and we ran out of gas. And that was embarrassing.
So how did you get back home? What happened?
We walked to a gas station, bought a gas can of gas, and walked back and put gas in our car.
How far was the walking?
It was over an hour. It was a long walk. It was horrible.
So guys, we are having a really difficult time with used car shopping. It is not fun. I love car shopping for new cars and just test driving. Like Hellcats are probably one of my favorite cars to drive when we are just doing like test drives, because I'm not gonna buy a Hellcat. I could not even afford the insurance on a Hellcat because I have a lead foot, and so my husband's giving me like the dirtiest look right now. He's like, girl.
So, story time.
No.
Story time. So this one time we were shopping for a new Dodge Ram, and Deborah took us on a test drive. And I warned the salesman. I drove first. I warned the salesman. I said, hey, Deborah drives aggressively. You're not going to want to let her drive this vehicle. And he said, oh, I'm sure. And I drove it, and I drove mildly aggressively, and I was like, no, that's the easy part. Now, when Deborah gets in, you're going to be afraid. And he's like, no.
And he's like, I'm not scared of nothing.
I can't be scared. I've been on so many test drives that like it's no big deal. Like I've been through it. I've seen everything. I've done everything. You're not going to scare me.
And so in my mind, I was like, oh, okay, so this is a new mission.
So Deborah got into the car, looked at me and said,
there was no kids with us.
No kids in the car. But she said, challenge accepted.
I did.
She did. So she gets in the car, and the very first thing she does is a burnout. Like she just stomps on the gas and like fishtails, while we're still in like the McDonald's parking lot.
Yeah.
We're still in the McDonald's parking lot. Fishtails, swings out into the road, and the salesman, I look back, and he's already grabbing onto the side rail like this, and he's leaning back.
And
he's
he
like,
tells us,
I'm good.
Like, that was in the parking lot. He's like, okay, you're funny. And then we pull out, and we are on that road that takes you to the A's. Helsingborger.
Yeah.
We're on that road, and like, we're pulling out, right? And I get on the actual street itself, and I barely get like all 4 tires on that road, and he's like, I have kids at home, please let me get home, I have kids. And like he starts freaking out, and I'm barely going anywhere, and I legit got so excited. And he was like a good sport about it, and he was like, you're crazy, but I just had so much fun, and I got kids, I gotta stay alive. And we bought a car from him. We bought your Ram Rebel from him.
We did buy a car from him.
But like, dude, legit, he was just so cool and so much fun. He was a good time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we're here to look at more cars. Let's see what happens.
To be continued. Car shopping is not concluded. but hopefully it will be soon.